Hello! This week is the Mannequin episode, which is fairly well known. It's one of those things that people tend to remember when you talk about the Twilight Zone. It's called the After Hours. And it's about Marcia, who's trapped in a department store and turns out to be a mannequin who's out for a stroll. It's a fantastic episode. Overall, it's one of the more innovative ones. And certainly very much a trendsetter for the entire franchise. The episode hinges, of course, on the fact that humans are supposed to look like mannequins and mannequins are supposed to look like humans, and they pull this off in a few different ways. The saleswoman, when Marcia spots her out in the department store, is actually a shot of the actress before they cut, bring it back, and then it's the mannequin. And this is because there's a subtle shift in her shoulders, I think. She doesn't look like a mannequin, and you're supposed to think she's not a mannequin until she turns around and it turns out to be a mannequin. It's a very subtle effect, but I appreciate it. It's very well done. There are a bunch of shots of mannequins close up, when you can see the faces are painted, relatively poorly. But there's also some doll makeup on people. She knocks over a mannequin, for instance, and when they cut to the shot of his face, it is the actual actor in doll makeup, and he stays remarkably still, which is a lovely thing to do. Otherwise, you get all of these, and it kind of shakes when they're trying to stand still. They mitigate this on the 9th floor, when Marcia enters that, so that the models are mostly cast in shadow, so you can't actually see the micro movement. It's also a very wide shot, so that you can't tell the people who are acting mannequins. There's a continuity error as well. It's fairly difficult to catch, especially on a small one like this, where she's on the couch and the camera is panning and she opens her eyes, but only for like 1 or 2 frames. And then they cut to a close-up of her face, and then she opens her eyes, which would already have been opened by that point. It's just a small, tiny thing, but I noticed this stuff. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to catch it here. This, of course, is an episode that's, like I said, it's a trendsetter. So it gets remade in the 1980 version of Twilight Zone. I don't know which season, so I don't know which year. It also gets a movie called Mannequin with Kim Cattrall in 1987. And it has a graphic novel and all this sort of stuff. And it's one of those strange things. I know it gets mentioned in the Twilight Zone movie as well. So it's one of those really important episodes, not like Mr. Beavis from last week. This and being able to see death, the lighting effect on the eyes, and some of the other ones are really set the tone for what the series is all about. And next is The Mighty Casey, which is about robots, and I will see you then. Take care.